when the idea, here's the time to act. When the idea is hot and the emotion is strong. That's the time to act. See, Mr. Ron, I'd like to have a library like yours. See if you feel strong about that. What you got to do is get the first book and then get the second book. Before the feeling passes and before the idea gets dim, action pronto, action immediate, action as soon as possible. Because if you don't, here's what happens. We call it the law of diminishing intent. We intend to when the idea strikes us. We intend to when the emotion is high. But now if you don't translate that into action fairly soon, now the intent starts to diminish. And a month from now, it's cold. A year from now, can't be found. So act. Set up a discipline when the emotions are high and the idea is strong and clear and powerful. That's the time to set up the discipline. Somebody talks about good health and you're stern. Right. You need to get a book on nutrition. Get the book before the idea passes and before the emotion gets cold.
Rise and shine, dreamers. Had to kick it off with a little bit of Jimmy to go ahead and get the day going. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all had a fantastic start to the day this morning. Fired up. We've got a lot going on for the week. I'm telling you, these messages are coming in literally day by day. I'm getting so many of you just giving gratitude, blessings, amazing ideas, and abundance is flowing, and I love to see it. In fact, we had a great event last night opening up a new market. Is so exciting to see new faces getting involved with the movement. I love to see it. So dreamers, what is happening? JoJo, love it. Cedric, good to see everybody. Dreamers, let's go ahead and get into today's topic. We've got a busy day, so we'll keep it short and sweet. And this is a good one. This is literally straight out of one of the OG books, Think and Grow Rich, straight from the man himself. And I'm giving you guys the keys. This is literally it. What I teach you guys is not things that I made up. It's literally step by step from the GOATs, the 1%. So today I'm going to give you guys these 6 steps on how to go ahead and really manifest these desires into reality. So let's get into it. A couple steps. This is a good one. First and foremost, let me know what's everybody grateful for. Drop it down below. Let's get this energy flowing in the chat. Let me get live on IG, and it is game time for today's topic. Here we go. 6 steps, how to go ahead and manifest these desires for wealth. I'd love to see it. Oh, yes, JoJo, I know you've been making moves. I'm proud of you. You're doing amazing. Fast desire. Oh, yeah, here we go. There it is. IG is tapped in. Happy Wednesday. Great to see everybody. Grateful to be alive. Grateful for the growth. So grateful for God, for each and every single one of you. And I see the big news. Let me know. Drop it down. Give us a sneak peek. We all want to hear it. I want you guys to go ahead and share your wins, right? There's something really special about sharing what's going on. Let us know. Share the good things that are happening. We want to celebrate you. Rising tides raises all ships. So I'm proud of you guys. I love to see it. A lot to be grateful for coming tonight. Going to be speaking next to Dr. Lowe. Oh my goodness. And a sneeze away from director. Believe it. This is the month. It is going down. JoJo, I'm telling you, this is what it's all about. You are opening doors for the rest of the squad. Jared, my man, what's going on, brother? Stay tuned. It's going to be a good training. Here we go. Woo! I love it. So much abundance going here. All right. So this is a classic. Again, this is a book I've been taking with me everywhere I go for years. And there's a reason being, Bob Proctor, he used to say he would go literally months at a time, literally just studying a handful of sentences out of these chapters at a time to really master it. Because if you guys don't know, Think and Grow Rich has created more millionaires outside of any other book other than the Bible. So there's a reason why we're tapped into it. So the first step when it comes to getting these desires for wealth manifest, number 1 is to, he says, fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you desire. And he said it's not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. Be definite about the amount. And he says there's a psychological reason when we really get clear and build this thing in HD. And it's kind of like the Jim Carrey story. You guys remember that one? Jim Carrey literally wrote out a check for himself for $10 million. He had no idea how he was going to do it. And he was actually living in California, and he would go up on the hills and he would look over the city and he would just manifest. And eventually out when he made Dumb, Dumb and Dumber, that movie literally got him to $10 million. And it was because he wrote, literally he talks about it. Go Google it. The Jim Carrey $1 million check and $10 million check. And I'll show you guys. But he had a definite number. Number 2, he says, determine exactly what we intend to give in return for this money that we desire. Now, some people talk about, well, D, I don't really want to talk about money. And I've been there. I've been the type of person that doesn't really want to bring it up, but I finally understood listening to mentors. You see, money dictates a lot of things, right? If we didn't really care about money, we wouldn't be working a job. But at the end of the day, money dictates what we drive, where we live, what we eat, what we can actually consume. If we want to go ahead and travel, to be able to give back to charities, to be able to do things in abundance, right? Whatever that may be. So there's a reason why it's important that we're taking this time. So number 2 is determine what exactly we intend to give in return. And this is Jim Rohn. He says it over and over again. If you listen to his teachings, service to many leads to greatness. So it's all about thinking, how can we give? How can we go ahead and be of service every single day? And this is it. This is literally the one thing that I've written every single day for the past almost 1,000 days is how can I truly wake up and be of service? How can I give back? Whether that be through videos, whether that be through relationships, meeting new people, going out in public. Every day, the first thing that I think about is how can I be of service? You can flip to any page, but that's what it's going to say, because I understand the secret to living is giving. So that's number 2. Woo, 4 going down tonight. I love it, JoJo. Number 3. This is huge. I'm telling you, this teaching is so simple, but it's so key. Sean, what's going on, brother? Number 3 is establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money that you desire, right? So a lot of people are like, D, how did you literally break records in a 52-year-old company? In 26 days, you went out and you hit the 6-figure rank. Well, number 1, if you knew the backstory, if you knew the decade of experience I've had in the industry, this is why I always tell most getting inside of this industry, don't compare your chapter 2 to somebody else's chapter 18. Because yes, you might see it happen. Looks like it's overnight, but it took time. It took sleepless nights, the early mornings, the late nights. But here's the key of what I did. I had a definite number, I had a definite date, and I knew exactly what I need to give in return to go out and make that happen. And I'm telling you, there's something special that happens when you write something and when you see it. You see, I literally had a date in my mind when I wanted to get this done. And every day that I woke up, I was reading that. It was in my subconscious. And what this did is it gave me pressure. You see, some people talk about with goals, well, I think it's good to have a date. And some people, they don't think it's great to have a date. For me personally, it gives me pressure, because what somebody would do in a 6-month time frame, let's say if you compress that into a month, how different does that work ethic now become? You start to realize that we can do a lot, much more, dreaming much bigger, much sooner. So that was number 3. Okay. Number 4. 4, he talks about creating a definite plan for carrying out the desire and begin at once. He said, whether you are ready or not to put this plan into action. Here we go. And it's funny because I literally put this out on my post on Instagram the other day. This was my last post. I said there's 2 best times to plant a tree. Number 1 was 20 years ago. Might have already missed that one. But number 2, the second best time to plant a tree is when? Right now. So we can literally sit here coming towards the 3/4 of the month of March, getting into April for one of the biggest conventions. And we can literally take today, draw a line in the sand and say, you know what, by April 23rd, this is going to be my goal. This is my number. This is what I'm aiming for. And the moment we get clear on that exact amount, we get clear on the game plan rolling towards that date, now we start to really go ahead and put this thing into action with number 5, okay? Here's number 5. He said, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money that we intend to acquire, name the time limit for its acquisition, and state what we intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which we intend to accumulate it. This is it. This is literally the key formula of how exactly he teaches this. And then number 6 is simple. He says, read this statement aloud twice daily, once before retiring at night, once rising in the morning. And he said, as you read it, imagine actually feeling it and embodying it. So, for instance, what does it look like for you, Jojo, to be able to hit director, to be able to have an extra $4,000 to $7,000 coming in per month on top of what you do? Because that's just the tip of the iceberg. You realize once you hit director, you're literally a sneeze away from hitting the pinnacle rank of executive director. And this is how it begins. Being able to see it in your mind. So anybody on here, can you see yourself walking on stage? Can you see yourself bringing in multiple streams of income? But most importantly, what is the service? What is the daily IPAs to get there? And I believe this is the key. If you know the daily steps, if we're just building, I was just talking about this morning. If we can just lay every day, lay each brick as best as we can lay it for the next 10, 11 days of the month, we're going to be able to look up at the end of the month and you're going to be able to see like, whoa, look at all this growth that happened. The same thing coming into Baltimore. If we can just look down, head down, stay focused, don't look at the noise, don't look at everything that's going on externally, and focus on being present, doing the IPAs, doing the inner work. Watch what happens. I'm telling you, it's going to be magical. I'm going to own the stage. Okay, Rory's ready to walk the stage. My brother, I love to see it. So this is what it's all about, fam. Yes, absolutely. Get ready. This is going to be an incredible month of more abundance, more blessings, more breakthroughs and break frees here and on the way. D, what's going on, brother? It's great to see you. I love it. So let's go ahead and make it happen. Anything you need, fam, we have your back. So I got you. Let's get it. I'm so excited. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. In Southwest Florida, we have an event today. So if you guys have anybody that's local, Southwest Florida, Texas, these events are going all over. Get tapped in with your nearest leader, and we will plug you guys in. It's game time, fam. Let's grow.